I am Manaswini and I'm here to present my full stack web development internship project titled Homely Hub. This project was developed as a part of my Web Stack Academy internship under the guidance of Emertexe. So, in this presentation, I'll explain what I learned during the internship, how I implemented my project, the technologies, the tools I used, and finally, we'll wrap it with a short demo of the working web application. During this internship, I had the opportunity to gain hands-on experience in full-stack web development. The main objective of this internship was to build a complete web application from scratch, covering both the front-end and back-end. I learned how to connect different layers of an application and build a real-world product using Mern stack, which stands for MongoDB, Express, React, and Node.js. This internship gave me a clear picture of how websites like Airnib or Booking.com actually work in the backend. The key goals of my internship were to develop a real-time web project from scratch and to understand front-end and back-end integration using JavaScript, to gain the practical exposure to database design, API handling, and user authentication. So, by the end of this internship, my main aim was to be confident in building a complete web app independently, applying all the technologies I learned. So, the project overview the project is called Homely Hub. It's an online platform for rental property listings. It allows users to search, view, and book rental homes, and owners can add and manage the property listings. The purpose of Homely Hub is to make finding or renting property simpler, faster, and more reliable. It bridges the gap between the house owners and tenants, providing a user-friendly and centralized solution. So these are the main technologies that I used during my internship. For the front end, it's React.js, Redux toolkits, and Axios. They are the user interface and user experience, and everything the user sees and interacts with in the browser. And for the backend, it holds the main logic, security, and data handling. I used here Node.js, Extra.js. This is the main business logic for communication with the database, integrating both and retrieving information. And for the database, I used MongoDB at least with Mongoose. It is a persistent storage of application of data which stores all the user information, property listings, and everything. And also allows us to efficiently do all the CRUD operations like create, update, delete, and everything. So using these tools, it helped me understand how professional web development applications are actually developed from start to finish. So full stack web development basically involves working on both the client side and the server side of web application. So as I told the Mern stack, it stands for MongoDB, Express, JS, React.js, and Node.js. I used all of them to build the Homely hub. So before we dive into deep technology, so here are the basic fundamentals which I learned first, which we were taught in the internship. It was a HTML, which stands for Hypertext Markup Language. It is basically the backbone and the complete structure which forms the entire web page. It includes all the essential tags, hyperlinks, inline elements, and everything. And then we have the CSS, which is a complete lookalike field which brings to the project, which includes all the selectors, box models, and everything, flexbox, and all the responsive design principles. And now coming to the JavaScript. Here, this is the main business logic which brings up responsive pages. Here, we were taught about the DOM manipulation. I mastered DOM manipulation, all its features, arrow functions, and object-oriented programming. Now coming to the front-end architecture. So the front end, that is a React, it basically sends the HTTP requests to the backend, that is a Node and Express. The backend processes the request, it fetches or updates the data from the MongoDB and returns the response back to the front end. So we can say like, for example, when a user searches for houses, the React front end, it sends a request, it queries the MongoDB and returns the matching properties. And all this happens within the seconds. So this architecture makes the project modular, scalable, and easy to maintain. And also for the front-end implementation, it was built using React.js, where I designed multiple pages, including login page, the sign up, home, property listing, and property details page. And I also used the React Router DOM for navigation and Redux toolkit to manage the global state. We can say the interface is fully responsive and designed using many components in custom CSS. I learned how to build reusable components and ensure a smooth user experience. Now, coming to the backend, it was developed using Node.js and Express.js. It handles all the logic, user registration, login, property management, and booking. So I use the JWT tokens for authentication and password encryption, and Mongoose for database schema modeling. So here, this is a main which handles all the client requests and implementing the server-side technology. And then this actually helped me learn how to create secure and scalable backend APIs. And coming to the backend part for the database, I use the MongoDB Atlas, which is actually a cloud-hosted. It's a NoSQL database basically, which is used for storing data. As we know, it is actually of main two models. It is a user model and property model. The user model it was used for storing the user credentials and all the profile information, while the property model is for storing details like title, description, rent, location, and images. I use the Mongoose schemas, which is actually structured and validated my data efficiently, which defines clear schemas to enforce data structures and validations as I roll with flexible NoSQL environment. And I also learned how to manage the data relationships, handling the CRUD operations effectively. So coming to the main key features of my project, there's a user sign up and login that is using the JWT authentication where, for managing the personal data and listings efficiently. And then we have the property management, which includes all the property listings, where user can also upload new images, manage the existing bookings, and choose the dates flexibly from the calendars and everything. Provides a more efficient functionality. And coming to the search and filters, there's a robust search functionality, which is enabling users to find properties, and there are many filtering operations for the users, and it's a complete process for selecting dates, confirming bookings, and handling secure payment integration. So all these features they make the Homely Hub a complete and user-friendly property rental platform. During this project, I also faced a few challenges like connecting my backend to MongoDB Atlas, securing environmental variables. I also another problem which I faced was handling the token expiration during user login. So we were taught on, we were actually taught how we can rectify these mistakes clearly during this internship, and all these things it helped my improving my debugging and problem solving skills. I also learned the importance of testing APIs and organizing the routes efficiently. So overall, this internship it taught me how to think like a developer, not just like a coder. So now let us just look at the demo of a project. So this is my Homely Hub project. So first, let's go into the backend. So here first we're starting the backend server over here by using this command. Here it says this is a node server.js and it's starting the backend server right now. So this app is running on this port and it says DB's connection. So this ensures that our backend is successfully connected. Now let's connect the front end. Yes, so this says that the front end is also connected and now it should be starting the development server project. So this is how both we connected both the backend and frontend over here, and it's opening in our localhost browser. In this project, I'll firstly start by logging in as a user, and then we'll explore all throughout the project. So this is our final project. It finally got loaded. Okay. Yes. So this is our Homely Hub project. So first we're going to use the login so we can see all these multiple destinations which are being showing over here, like all these different places. So this is actually a very interactive, it looks a very attractive initial page with different places. So whenever if we choose any place randomly, here it shows the address over here and all the different views and locations. Here we can see the description of this place, what this place offers, and maximum number of guests that can be accommodated at this particular place. And here it shows the cost to book this hotel per night. So firstly, let us start by logging in as a user. From here, since we are a new user, let me give my name, user, password, something. This email, random password, and confirm the password over here. And this is the mobile number. Let's just register. So here we have filled all the details, and that is how we have successfully registered. Here we can check our profile, my account. So here, if you see, this is the full name, the email address, the phone number. So if you want, you can edit your profile over here. You can change the password over here. So this is a login page. We have successfully logged in into our project right now. And currently, because we just logged in, there are no bookings available right now. So now let us start. So let us search for these destinations. So there are multiple destinations and there are multiple hotels and renting listings which are shown over here for the user to select. So here let us select anyone SRS suits. So it shows all the description, what this place offers, and the maximum number of the guests can be accommodated, and the price over here. So here we can flexibly choose the date from the duration when how long we want to stay. Let's choose from 17 to, yeah, just for one day, or else we can choose for 9 till 19, 3 days. Yes. So let us say the total number of guests are 2, and let us enter the name as the mobile number. So now let us book this place. So here now it asks for the card number, which is we need to enter the details. Like the moment we enter over here pay, it takes us the navigation next to the Stripe payment over here, which I used for the card details and everything. So here let us enter any random card numbers. Like the expiry, the month and the expiry date, and the card CVC pay. So now here if you see the moment you said paid, so this comes under my bookings. It is showing the under the my bookings tab that you have paid successfully and now this is under yours. So for 2 nights we booked it and this is the total price we paid. Oh yes, this is over here. SRSUs and this is the total price we paid and this is accommodation we have for 2 nights. So similarly, we can also add guests. Here we have the filter section where we can choose a price range between 600 to 30,000, how much we want. This is the property type, what kind of property type we need, like a house. Are we in search of a house or a guest house or a hotel or a flat? What kind of room type is the user searching for? Is it like entire room or any type of a room? And basic amenities which the user needs. Here, the user can select like the Wi-Fi or whatever he needs, and he can apply the filters over here. So this is how final destinations are being displayed based upon these filters. We can also add another booking over here. Let us assume this place. So yeah, let's choose a start date, and this is the end date. Number of guests. So now this is the since we are taking the duration from it's long duration, we are taking it from 19th to 26th and it's 2000 per night. So this is going to be the entire cost we're going to have 14,000. So when I say checking again, so here the moment we say pay, this is how another bookings is being added. So all this is happening without the web page being loaded. So all this because of React, without the web page loading, getting loaded, it gets happen dynamically. So this is how two accommodations are being showing in my bookings tab. So for 7 nights we paid 14,000 and 2 nights. So this is my accommodations tab where the user can directly add a new place where he can add the title, the address, photos where they can directly upload the photo and the description. Like this over here. Let us see this. So it says minimum of 5 images is to be uploaded. I'm just putting some random images. Two more images to be uploaded. Here I just put some random images to show how this process actually works. So here we can say let us give this some name and let's give some address. Just give some address of the place, the city. some pin code. So here we have uploaded all the photos. And then if you want to give any description, like here you can give the description to make your place attractive to the users. I'm just putting some random text. So here we can give what is the property basically type of, like it's a flat, and what is the room type. What are the basic amenities this place provides? We can here it's a checkbox where you can choose multiple options and any extra info if you want to give. The check time. This is all. It is not mandatory for use, but maximum number of guests it can be accommodated. Let's give 5. And let's give. This is in rupees, so it automatically converts a round figure to 1300 over here. So now this is our final thing, and I say save. So this is how these are our 2 bookings, and we can also add multiple bookings. And for my accommodations over here. Here you can fill all the details like property name, address, photos, description, and everything. Where you can add a new accommodation to this website. So here directly you can search a destination by entering a name if you're in favorite of anything. And here you can have add guest, or here you can choose a start date directly. These are the filters. So overall, this is the final implementation of this project over here, which shows the multiple destinations where the user can log in dynamically with ease of use. So to conclude, this internship was an incredible experience for me. I gained hands-on knowledge of how web applications are built, deployed, and maintained. So building OmniHub helped me strengthen my understanding of the one stack, improving my problem-solving skills, and gain confidence as a full-stack developer. So I'm truly thankful to Emertexe Webstack Academy and my mentors for this opportunity. Thank you all for watching my presentation. Thank you.